Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Heather Salter-Purves. I'm a queer fantasy author. This is my heart side where I talk about my reading, writing and life journeys. Today I have my beautiful wife Leanne here.
Hi.
She has been tasked with choosing some books for me to take part in Brave from Four Paws in the Books 25 and 25 bingo. So I'm just going to lay out some rules for this that she has implemented and I am implementing. So you cannot double up on prompts. So one book, one square is her ruling. There are some others that come through here. I will explain as we hit the squares. And I have made the decision, because it will align with my 2025 reading goals, is that I physically have to have a copy of the book in my house. Except there is two that I will have to purchase next year because they're specific to that. Without further ado, we're going to go across the rows. I'll put it here, or there might be some photos up because we couldn't physically find the book.
Because this last shelf here is a work in progress.
Yes, that is a work in progress. So, without further ado, the 2025 release is going to be Onyx Storm. It comes out in January. It is book 3 in the Imperium series by Rebecca Ross. No, it's not. That's right, by Rebecca Garris. Rebecca Ross is someone else. So yeah, we're following Xaden and Violet and their dragons as they fight a bunch of people. The next one is... Oh, I should also say, sorry, this is a pile of possibilities. So, the next one is one word title, and it has to be one word. So, something doesn't count, and all that doesn't count. It has to just be one word.
So I have two possibilities off my shelf that I've been trying to get my wife to read, and I've just been trying to get my wife to read the author, which is Lynette Noni. So I have book 1 in the Madoran Chronicles, which is Akane. This is a portal fantasy, so it's a magical school portal fantasy. The other is book 1 in the Whisper series, which is a duology book, and this is the bind up of the duology.
You might find that in the Double Trouble Book Club next year.
This one is set in Sydney, Australia. When the main character speaks, what she says comes true, and because of that she has chosen not to speak ever again.
I have two possibilities, but I will lean more towards Beautiful Wife Leanne because this is a prompt she chose. But there is Heartless by Marissa Meyer, a recent book that I hold. I will link the whole video up here for you to have a look at. Which is the villain origin story of the Queen of Hearts. And then I have Trick by Natalia Jasta, fantasy romance that I get from Bookish and Spice. This is that edition. So next we have Involves Travel.
So this was another one of my picks. Another Australian story.
I've read her though.
Yes. So this is by Sarah Barry. This is Blood Tree River, a detective. I can't remember if she's from Sydney or Melbourne because that's a very small part of the start, but it does involve her travelling from the mainland Australia to the island of Tasmania to solve...
That's where my mum's from.
Where your mum's living currently.
Yes.
She's not from Tasmania.
No, she's not. That's where she's living.
To solve a series of missing girls that end up turning up dead. So that's this one.
Okay, next one is a number in the title.
So for this, I have chosen the manga 7 Deadly Sins. By Nakaba Suzuki. So a princess gets sent to find the best warriors, which happen to be named after the 7 Deadly Sins. And this is book 1 in that series. Or she escapes to find them.
No, I don't think they're named after.
They've taken on the names of the sins.
I picked up this beautiful spooky book, The 13th Child by Erin A. Craig. I did also recently hold this, so that's exciting. But I might move this to a different part of the board. You will see. Next is a cover by. I have tried to be very good and not buy books for the sake of the covers. But there are books that I'm like, oh, that's a really pretty cover. So that
will probably have to come up in another video. Because
my next is a seasonal read. So this can be winter, summer, spring, autumn, Halloween, Christmas. The Erin A. Craig is a spooky gothic novel, so I might read it during spooky season. There are some other spooky things that I might read there. Le Petit Petit Quoi.
LGBTQ.
Yes, Le Petit Quoi. I have options of pile of possibilities. So we have In the Ravenous Dark by A.M. Strickland. So the LBGT rec, is it rec or representation?
Rep.
Can be in the author or the characters. So I know that they are non-binary and often write non-binary and LBGT characters. We have Don't Let the Forest In by C.G. Drews, which is a male copy that I recently held as well. So if you would like to hear more about that, you will find it in the card. And I have in the same video The Crimson Crown, which is a sapphic story, and I believe it is also the first of a duology as well, by Heather Walters, who also wrote the Malice series. So if I get too intimidated by this, I do own Malice, so I might read that. What's the next one, sweetheart?
Next is favourite author's new release.
Okay. So for this, I'm going to look at the authors I've read most of over my whole life, and I am also going to look at who are the authors I've read frequently in the last 2 years, like multiple books of, because I really do enjoy Madeline Tafu's writing, but I know they don't have a new book out, and I'm finishing her latest release this month.
So after that, it is Hyped Book.
Hyped Book,
which is the Games Gods Play. This has been all through our by Abigail Owen. This is all throughout our Facebook book club that we both belong to,
which is the Books and Bitches Down Under.
So that's why I picked this one.
Yep. And what is it about? Basically, it's the Hunger Games, but with like Greek gods. That's sprayed edges, but end pages are pretty.
Sprayed edges are also pretty.
I know. Colour of the year, which is
Mocha Mousse.
Mocha Mousse.
So we'll put the colour up here and then go with the options. So it was that one and the other one, which you've already talked about.
So Mocha Mousse is brown, and then we have Tamara Pierce's Song of the Lioness series. I think I'm up to this book. This is book 3 in the series. I am up to it, which is The Lioness Rampant. I think I do have the other book in this series. They might be out somewhere else, which is POC, so author of colour. So I have Sinner's Isle by Julia Montego. So this is a island story and magic ensues. So Rosalina is trapped on Sinner's Isle and filled with the mystiques like her. Beautiful witches are loathed by their society for their dangerous magic, yet revered for powerful men that want them. That's quite interesting. Or we have a thriller horror, and that is Delicious Monsters by Lacelle Sambry, who is an amazing Trinidadian Canadian author tuber. This is, I believe, her 3rd book. The first one is a YA duology with witches, and this one is sort of a supernatural horror.
Next is Novella.
A novella.
So I've chosen Totally Star-Crossed by S.D. Wosley. This is a modern day Romeo and Juliet retelling, but has been swapped. So Gender swapped. So Romeo is now Romilly, and I think it's just romance. And Juliet has become Julian.
Or I can have With Love, which is book 2 in the Letters and Blood series by Liz Lovelock, which is a self-published author. Totally Star-Crossed is also self-published, where it is told from the point of view of the detective, the captor, and the captee kidnapping. So I do need to close out this series. Next one is
5-star prediction.
I don't really do 5-star predictions because I use Callpile, which was made by Book Roast G at Book Roast. Characters, atmosphere, writing, plot, intrigue, logic, and enjoyment, and you like rank them all and then formula to get on. But I do pick up a lot of books that I think I'm going to enjoy. I probably will enjoy Die For You, which is a fantasy romance where we're following a vampire, a girl who's hunting down her sister's killer, and then something is hunting down both of them, which is also beautiful. It has some spicy and peppers, and it's pretty as well. It's a special edition from Bookish and Spice. What's our next one?
Comped title.
Comped. So comped title is like, for fans of blah blah blah, you should read this book.
We may have to come back to this one.
We will come back. So this is only a pile of possibilities. I would also love to know what you would put on your pile. The next one is a friend wreck. Well, this is my best friend and I married her.
So I chose...
A one-word title!
Another one-word title. I chose Sherwood by Megan Spooner. So this is what happens if Robin of Locksley dies.
So Robin Hood.
So who takes on the mantle of Robin Hood?
It's Maid Marian.
Maid Marian doesn't know how she'll go on, but the people of Locksley Town, persecuted by the Sheriff of Nottingham, need a protector.
So Maid Marian takes up the hood and the bow. The next one
This
is
her story.
And the next one is over 400 pages.
Long Live Evil
By
Sarah Reese Brennan. I grabbed it because I just thought it looked cool and it was over 400 pages and it was on Wifey's TBR shelf.
This one I did recently haul in the same video as a lot of these because it came into the house a while ago. So basically a girl falls asleep and wakes up in the story of her favourite novel, and it turns out that she is the villain's villain, but she's not a hero. But if I read a bunch of books that are over 400 pages that I haven't slotted in somewhere else. Next one is
Special Edition.
Special editions. I subscribe to the Bookish and Spice Fantasy Romance bi-monthly book subscription. So you've seen
Some of them. I specifically chose...
This is the one that Wifey wanted me to read and wants me to read.
Reason being is I know this is either the first or the second one that actually came into the house from that series.
Yes, it is.
Not the series, but like the
subscription.
I also think it's absolutely stunning.
That's just because you like blue.
That's true. But even like, that's a stunning image.
Yes.
Raised to be a wife, taught to be obedient, expected to obey. This is by C.C. Dave, and it's Alliance Rising.
Davey. Oh, who is also just being picked. This whole series has been picked up by New Dawn Publishing, which is exciting. But she was and is self-published currently.
Chapter titles was also me.
Which is challenging.
There aren't many, and I know that I had read a few with chapter titles, and I just had to go back and find one, and then I remembered that Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief has chapter titles, so that's what I chose for my lovely wife.
This is the...
Book one in the...
No, I think this is like a anniversary edition that's recent. Yeah. So, you know, Rick Riordan, Demigod, Percy, and all that. I've not actually read the book.
And we're currently going through the TV series, so...
And I'm bugging her going, does that happen in the book? Does that happen in the book?
So, because of that...
She's getting annoyed at me.
Because she tells her dad off for doing that in the movies.
No, he goes, that didn't happen in real life. So the next one is a debut author. Tell a lie. This, I think either of these are debuts, but they also fit somewhere else. Recently hauled as well, from the indie realm. So this is To Reclaim a Kingdom by Claire Butler. Nice little shoddy. Or we have Disappearing to Nowhere by Lindsay B. North, which is a cut-off. So these are the two debut authors I might get to. I will also peruse my shelves and see if there are any others.
Next is Mental Health Wrap.
Ooh. I know I do a bunch of them. I will find one and let you know. I will be vlogging reading through these. I'll probably do vlogs where I try and read one or two in one vlog next year. Next we have Snake on the Cover!
Which I've chosen Kerry Maniscalco's Kingdom of the Wicked, because I've been wanting Wifey to read this before
Is that book one?
This is book one. Before she reads Throne of Secrets.
No, Throne of the Fallen.
Throne of the Fallen, sorry.
Throne of Secrets does have snakes on the cover though, if you're looking for one and you're up to date with this series. Yeah. Which is a follow-on. No, it's not. This is the first book.
This is the first book.
Witches that then get killed and gone to the hell realm. Self-published. I'm an indie author. I like supporting people, other authors.
So there are quite a few indie authors that we both have met.
This is Laura Wilder, who turns up in a lot of live streams. This is book 2 in her Fabled Equine series trilogy. It's Black Wings. So I will be reading that. The third one comes out in June. It's Pegasus and Unicorn Shifters. Check it out. New to you author. Pile of possibilities. Probably though, because I keep hearing everyone rave about it. Darcy Coates. And this one is Where He Can't Find You. So this is people go disappearing and a man cuts you up and stitches you back together in unnatural ways. So we're running out of time on the camera.
Next is TBR Vet.
Which I looked at my Goodreads about the books that have been on my want to read list the longest, and I have Laini Taylor's Daughter of Smoke and Bone, who is a Nephilim, who is a courier for a demon, which is the first in a series. the trilogy. And then finally, from another challenge, I take part in Books and Lala's Buzzwordathon every year. So when she releases that, I will read through my books, well, raid my shelves, see what's there, and just slip one in that fits. So this is, you can't see any of them.
I'll hold up some, you hold up some.
Piles of possibilities for the 25 and 25. Let me know what you would read for some of the prompts. And if you're not already, please like and subscribe. I post new content every week. Beautiful wife Leanne will be in some. Little Dragon, our preschooler. Yeah, she'll be in primary school next year. We'll be in it. But until next time, let's use our voices to promote positive change in the world. Thank you and bye-bye!